Well, hey, good evening, Rain Nation. It's good to be with you tonight. My name is Aaron Palmer, and I'm the General Manager for European Operations for Rain International. And it's my privilege and pleasure tonight to be hosting our regularly scheduled Thursday evening broadcast or webinar where we talk about the Rain International opportunity. And it's something that's near and dear to my heart, so I always appreciate the chance when I get to host this. And thanks to all of you for tuning in tonight and spending the next 30 to 45 minutes with us. So let's talk a little bit about who we are and what we represent. Those of you that are either tuning in to kind of remind yourself or get a little bit of a refresher course on our company's product and opportunity, welcome. And again, welcome to those of you who are perhaps tuning in for the first time at the request or invitation of a friend or family member. I welcome you guys as well. And I hope tonight you'll find the information I present to be a bit informative, and would remind you that if you have any questions at all, please feel free to refer to our website or to the person who invited you here tonight. So let's get started. I'll give you just a little quick introduction of myself and a little bit about our company. I'm a huge fan of the industry that we're in, and that's the industry of network marketing. I think it's the industry of the future when it comes to making a good living and building true wealth for the future. I really do think this industry represents the best opportunity for people to build true financial freedom, and that's something that's rare to find in today's world and in today's economy. So many people, I think if you asked 100 people if they'd like to be financially independent over the course of their lifetimes, 99 out of 100 are going to say yes, and you'll have that 1% of people who perhaps don't care for some reason about paying their bills and having freedom and fun, but 99 out of 100 are going to say that yes, they want to be financially secure, and I truly believe that it's network marketing that provides the biggest and the widest avenue to financial freedom than anything else. The best way to gain financial freedom is via building and running your own business. But in the traditional business world, the vast majority of businesses fail. They're difficult to set up, they're difficult to run, and it's a long, difficult process to achieve some type of financial independence and profitability. I know this from both personal experience within my family. I've got family members that have started and founded their own businesses, traditional businesses, and while it's been rewarding for them, I see the challenges that they face. I've got a brother-in-law who founded his own business here in Budapest, Hungary, where I'm broadcasting from tonight and where I live. He's a gentleman who was always very interested in being a chef, loves the world of fine fish, and he decided to open up and run a fish shop that imported great fish here into Budapest. It's been like a lifelong dream of his, and I'm very aware of his struggles and abilities to make this happen. Because it's family, I'm actually one of his investors, and I certainly signed up to help him get his business up and underway, and it's been a very much a labor of love for him. That being said, I've seen the financial resources and the time and the effort that it takes for him to make a business that's successful. And to be perfectly honest, he's now in his third year. It's starting to be successful and turn a bit of a profit, but it's come at a cost of not just the sweat and the tears and the long hours, but investments in materials and people and startup costs and capital and warehousing and shipments, logistics of well over we're now talking well over $100,000 to get to a point to where his company now has a name for itself and it's making a profit. But I compare that, all that sweat and hard work and effort, which is necessary for any business, I compare that to network marketing, where I know people who within this business can get in at a much lower opportunity cost than that $100,000+. And in the traditional business world, that is not that's not a sum that's out of the ordinary. It takes a lot of money and a lot of resources to build a successful business, and that is really the truest path to financial freedom. So I love network marketing in that it gives you the ability to create that freedom and that financial future without the traditional, very large, very heavy costs involved with building a traditional business. So I love network marketing. It's something that's been in my blood since a very early age. my family has been very much involved in the network marketing business. As an adult, I've been in corporate network marketing virtually my entire adult life. Even when I was younger, I'm very familiar with the different trends in the different companies across this great industry. My grandfather and his brothers actually founded one of the first network marketing companies back in the 1970s that dealt with herbal supplements and health products. And so I grew up surrounded by these great products that nature produced for us. And so I've always been a true believer in what the industry can offer. And over the course of my career, I've just seen far too many people achieve true independence and true financial success via this wonderful marketing opportunity, which is to share fantastic goods or services with individuals, and then be able to make a living off of the revenue that's generated from those efforts. So I'm a really, really big fan of the network marketing model. I'll give you a little bit idea of who I am and how I came to be working for Rain International. We're now in our 4th year of operations here globally, and here in Europe, just over 3 years now we've been operating. But this is me. That's me and my wife and our 4 children. It's our family portrait from 2 years ago here in a wonderful park in Budapest, Hungary. So my wife Agnes, she's Hungarian. She and I have been married now. It'll be 22 years in November, and we've got 4 great kids. That's my youngest son, Ashton. He is now 15. That's my second son, Aiden, who turned 19 this past summer, and he's living in Switzerland right now. Finished school. That's my daughter Alessandra, who's 16, and next to her that's my oldest son Andrew, who's also 20, going to be 21 in a few months, and he's living in Riga. And so we've very much been a family that's been integrated into this wonderful community of network marketing. We love our lives in Budapest, and we frankly just absolutely love being affiliated with Rain International. I'm going to be happy to tell you why. Over the various phases of my career, I started with my family's company. As a senior in high school, I worked in the factory, and after school, I'd get on my bike and ride in and operate the machinery that turned these wonderful raw products into finished goods that people all around the world got to use. So I got to see my family's operation up close, and I really kind of fell in love with it. And later on, as I went through school and got my degree in international relations and in political science, I got to spend some time as a student and as a young adult in Budapest, Hungary, where I got to learn the language and really get familiar with the people over here. This was right about the time that the Berlin Wall had fallen, and it was a time of great changes here in Europe. And so I kind of fell in love with the continent over here back then when I was a 19, 20-year-old man. And as I went home and started to finish school, I kind of made the decision that I wanted to live and work and be affiliated with these wonderful various cultures all throughout Europe. And so building on that initial contact that I had in Hungary and on those language skills that I gained here, I decided to make my life living and working in this industry within Europe. So as my career progressed and I finished school, and all the while I was also doing a lot of different activities next to my civilian career in network marketing. I was a reservist soldier for the Army, but I had a lot of opportunities that took me back to Hungary, and I got to build a lot of great experiences and really get to know a lot of great people and giants and legends in this industry, guys like Eric Rohr, who I've spoken with on a number of occasions, and Randy Gage. For those of you in the industry, you know who these gentlemen are. But there's a third gentleman that really made a big impact on my life, someone I knew personally now for well over a decade. His name is Byron Belka. He's the founder and president of Rain International. And Byron and his family were living and working in Budapest, Hungary at the same time I was, as I was the regional general manager of another company's operations in the early 2000s to the late 2000s. I lived in Budapest, Hungary, setting up and running those operations. So Byron and I got to know each other then. He was extremely good at what he did with his company. He reached the top levels of his company in very short order. I was a very accomplished and successful director on the corporate side for another company, and so our families knew each other in Budapest, Hungary, and we always kept in touch over the years. And after a particular assignment of mine ended in Hungary that was meant to be 3 years, and it ended up being 6, and my wife and I had to move back home to work at the corporate office and back in the United States, and we really didn't want to leave the life that we built for ourselves in Europe, and so I took the opportunity to start work for another company who placed me in Switzerland. And so to make a long story short, I'm now living and working in Switzerland on a one-year contract with a great company, getting their logistics and their operations up and running based out of Switzerland. And then we're starting to enjoy our life there in Switzerland. And 3 or 4 months in, this is now kind of toward the end of the year 2010, I get a phone call from this gentleman, this old friend of mine, Byron Belka. And Byron, over the phone, briefly starts to tell me about this wonderful company that he's become affiliated with, a brand new company that had a brand new focus on seed-based nutrition. And he indicated that he and some partners were getting ready to take this company over. He was going to transition from being that company's best, newest distributor and most successful distributor into becoming its owner. Because he had a lot of great ideas and a vision to take this company, at the time was called Reign Nutrition, and build it into a global brand, one that was completely focused on spreading the idea and the concept of seed-based nutrition. So, and I loved that idea as he was telling it to me. And so as he started to explain to me about why this was going to be the future, it made sense to me. And when he asked me if I'd come over and help him set up and run his European operations, while intrigued, I did have to say no, simply because I was in the middle of a minimum one-year assignment there in Switzerland. But as a good corporate guy who really wanted to kind of know what the competition was up to, I asked Byron to go ahead and send me a sample so I could, you know, take a look at the company's product and learn a bit more about the company's philosophy, which again made sense to me, and I kind of liked what I heard, but I wanted to know more about the product. And then I fully expected Byron to just send me a box of the company's product, which was called Soul, its initial flagship product. And the next day, 10 boxes showed up. And we were quite surprised at the generosity, and we realized how serious Byron was about this company's product and its focus. So again, to make kind of a long story short, my wife and I started to look at the material. We read up, did our research into this idea of nutrition coming from the seed, where that's the richest and the deepest and the most natural source of nutrition is from the seed. If you think about nutrition in its most natural forms, it comes from fruits and vegetables, plants, herbs. But if you look at all of those in their totality, they all stem from one common key thing, and that's the seed. And science and nature tells us that the nutrition in that fruit or vegetable or plant or herb is going to be at its most concentrated at the seed level. So if you can grasp that nutrition and extract it from its most potent source, which is the seed, you would really be able to create some tremendous products. And so my wife and I, we started to use the product Soul, and it had a tremendous effect on our health. I absolutely loved the energy that it gave me. It really had a profound effect on my wife's health with her blood sugar and some issues that she had been suffering with for 10 years at that point. And it got us to a point where, as my one-year tour there in Switzerland progressed, and ultimately I had to come up and make a decision on whether I was going to stay with that company and progress past my one-year contract and stay there forever. I had to give them an answer, and my wife and I then kind of looked at each other and we realized that, you know what, we want to be a part of something bigger and better and something that's going to really make a profound impact for good on the world, and that was Byron's idea and Byron's focus on seed nutrition with Reign. And so I made a telephone call back. This is now in the early parts of 2011, and I told Byron that we were impressed with what we saw. We certainly loved the idea, the concept of seed-based nutrition, and I told him that if he was willing and still had the opportunity for me to come over and help him set up and run his European operations, that we would be on board. And he agreed, said he would be happy to have us. And so that kind of started it off from there. My wife and I made the decision to go ahead and move back to Budapest, Hungary, where we had a long history living and working in Budapest and serving all the different countries of Europe. We moved back there for Reign International. And during that first year of operations, as the company rebranded from that first company called Reign Nutrition, we got all the kinks out of the system, rebranded and relaunched as Reign International. We officially started as Reign International in September of 2012, so we just had our 3-year anniversary as a company. I've been with the company for 4 years, that first year being spent getting everything set up. But again, what I did was I left this beautiful life that we had started to build in Switzerland, where I was incredibly happy and had a great, fulfilling job in the industry with a company that had great products. I happily left that in order to become part of something bigger, and that is to become part of a company that's very much focused on seed-based nutrition. And so if you look at the photo here, that's the little village that we live next to. This one is called Küsnacht. It's on one of those alpine glacier lakes, beautiful location, but we happily left that for Rain International and their flagship product, Rain Soul. And we went back to Budapest, Hungary, where I've lived happily ever since, and so thrilled that at this stage of my career I have found a category-creating company that's cutting edge, that does so much good for so many people, and that's bringing so much financial freedom and opportunity to so many people's lives. And so very happily traveling across Europe and sharing this message and this product with as many people as I can. So we're headquartered here in Budapest, Hungary for Europe, and we've seen a tremendous amount of growth as we've expanded our efforts in these past few months and years actually now. So there's 27 European Union markets. We are now officially in 10 of them. So there's still a lot of growth that's left to come, but we're hitting sales records month after month in these previous months, and the future is incredibly bright, and we're excited to spread the news of seed nutrition. So that's what took me to Rain International, and that's what put me and my family right now in Budapest, Hungary. And it's from our lovely home in Budapest that I'm talking to you tonight. So just to call back to the idea of this industry of ours, it's a fantastic industry that's focused on building people's health and making people better, and I truly believe and know that it's seed nutrition that combines all the best elements of these various trends and products in the market, and we're going to lead this industry. We are going to be the next billion-dollar company because we have an idea that's truly unique, that truly helps people, and is one of a kind. If you look at the different category creating companies, those that built and led the big trends within this industry over the past 40 years, you'll see some distinct ideas and some distinct things, or it's the Hungarian word that's coming to mind, some very distinct things that set them apart as those trend-setting companies. And I'm very familiar with each of these because I've worked for companies that my families had created that had a serious impact in each of these trends. The first one, the big trend that came along in the 1970s, of course, was when people first really got into the idea of herbs and herbal supplements. And again, I mentioned my family was one of the first, the Hughes family, to set up a company called Nature Sunshine Products that really took advantage of this this powerful idea that we can take what nature gives us. And that company, again, was the first to market that really focused on this. And a lot of other companies followed them in, and those early efforts created that first big trend in the industry. And it was the companies that led that trend that generated the billions of dollars in financial freedom for the people that took advantage. And then the next trends that came along, later came the companies that dealt in vitamins and supplements, that took these natural products and put them into capsule form and tablet form. And again, those companies that did that first and did it well became billion-dollar companies in the industry. Later, companies realized that the next big thing to come down the pipe was essential oils. And there's a part of what we do at Rain International that takes advantage of these essential oils as well. So that was the third kind of big wave of trend that came along. The fourth big trend in the industry was another trend that I'm familiar with. I had another family member that started one of the biggest, with some partners, one of the biggest super fruit juice companies. That, again, these were companies that together cumulatively created billions of dollars in sales and blessed the lives financially of millions and millions of people. And so these were just those distinct trends. And if you look at each of the companies within these trends, you'll notice some very distinct features, and that's that everything that made them what they are stemmed from, ultimately, a seed, whether it was an herb or a vegetable or a superfruit, or an item, an element, an herb or a flower or a plant that gave essential oils. They all come from seeds. And so we at Rain International has made it our focus to put our time and our resources and our effort into becoming the premier company that focuses on seeds, because seeds are really the genesis of life. Everything that comes from those plants and herbs and fruits, it's what sustains billions of lives on the earth. And so if we can go get that at its true raw form and be able to concentrate and make products that come from nutrition at its most powerful source, we would then have something that'll change the world. And so I like to consider this just elemental nutrition. More and more people in today's day and age, they're becoming more health conscious. People are beginning to have have that idea that they really want to focus on making their lives last longer and to be more productive and to be healthier, and for that they need to focus on nutrition, and we're providing that nutrition in its most basic elemental form at its most healthiest. So let's talk a little bit about the key flagship products that we have that are really revolutionizing this industry. So again, we talk about the seeds as being the source of all nutrition, and right now we have two products in Europe. The first is called Reign Soul. That's our flagship product. That's a powerful anti-inflammatory product made of black cumin, black raspberry, Chardonnay grape, and D-ribose. And then our second product that we just launched at our convention last month in Salzburg, Austria, is called Reign Core, and it's a cleansing, a powerful product that focuses on helping cleanse the body and prepare it to accept the nutrition that comes from it, and also from its sibling product, Soul. So let's talk a little bit about each of these. The basic key ingredients in Reign Soul are black raspberry, black cumin, Chardonnay grape, and seeds, all those seeds, and then again a 5-carbon sugar called D-ribose, and each of those things do specific things for the body. Black cumin, for instance, is known as a very powerful anti-inflammatory. The oils from the black seed, they help maintain blood sugar and cholesterol levels, keeps it within a normal range that helps people stay within that healthy area. Again, it's a product, it's a seed, it's a concept that's been used for well over 2,500 years. Its history has been shown to be really from the dawn of time. Cultures and civilizations have known about black cumin. Black raspberry seed is a very powerful seed that has powerful phytonutrients that are very, very high in antioxidants, and they as well helps keep the body supportive and in good health. These antioxidants, they're those elements that seek out and eliminate those substances within our bodies called free radicals that damage our cells. And if we can keep our cells healthy, if we can stay healthy at the cellular level, our body's going to function more optimally, and we're going to have much, much higher level of health and happiness. So black raspberry really helps support that. The third key seed ingredient is the Chardonnay grape seed. Again, it's an abundant source of these flavonoids that are called proanthocyanidins, and these are very, very important elements for helping maintain the brain in a healthy state and in a healthy function. And they're also packed with antioxidants that really protect our bodies, protect our cells, and help us get the most nutrition possible out of fruits and vegetables. So really, really 3 powerful seeds that combined really play well off of each other and help create this product that keeps our bodies functioning at a very, very high level. And also, by fighting the free radicals within our bodies, they're able to help overcome a lot of the challenges and difficulties that our bodies face. So I don't think there's really what's called a miracle product in this industry. There are products that help the body do what it does best, which is try to maintain an optimal form of health. And I really think the most powerful product I've seen in all these years is our product Soul and our product Core. They really do help our body maintain a functioning level of health that really keeps us going. And then the fourth key ingredient, the main one, is called D-ribose. It's a 5-carbon sugar that provides a lot of instant energy. It really helps keep us functioning. It helps repair our bodies at the cellular level from all the oxidative stresses that we put on it. We put a lot of improper things into our bodies, whether it's the exercise that we're not doing. Those of us that are, we're so much stress and excess smoking, we tend to fatigue our immune systems, and D-ribose helps elevate the levels that fight that off and keeps us healthy. And so D-ribose gives us the energy that we need to keep our bodies at a cellular level very functioning and very healthy. So it helps regenerate those cells within our energy system. So that, in a nutshell, is Soul, and what it provides is just powerful results for our body's health. It really helps us maintain with the essential oils that come from the seeds that we use. It helps us maintain healthier skin and hair, boosts and supports our immune system, helps us have greater mental clarity, again, fights those free radicals, gives us that sustained natural energy, and these elements help maintain fantastic joint support as well, particularly from the black raspberry and the black cumin that really work so well together in fighting inflammation. And as you can imagine, inflammation is the source of the body's vast majority of ills. If you can fight inflammation, you can fight pain. And that's why everyone who takes Soul has just had great responses to it. And honestly, one of the things that's really helped convince me of of the goodness of our cause is how many wonderful product experiences I've seen from all across the globe. It really is amazing. I've seen so many good results from just thousands and thousands of satisfied partners. We stand behind the product so much we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on any product that's purchased. So to give you an idea of the nutrition that one little 60 milliliter packet of Sol will give you, take a look at this. It's going to give you the nutritional equivalent of 8 to 10 servings of fruits, 8 to 10 servings of vegetables, and 2 to 3 servings of the healthy fats that our body needs. And so you get all of that from one little packet of Sol. So that provides a powerful boost of nutrition that a lot of us in today's modern diets aren't getting. So many of us, we live in a fast-paced world where you're always just grabbing food on the go. We don't make food the way we used to at Grandma's kitchen. People are just grabbing prepackaged things off the shelf, or they're popping into McDonald's or other fast food places and really not getting the nutrition that our body needs. And Sol and Core really help replace and supplement that by giving us a powerful dose of nutrition that we otherwise wouldn't get. So it really packs a punch in this small little pouch. And one box of our company's product provides 30 servings, 30 of these little pouches. So just really, really great stuff. The science backs up the product as well. If you look at something that's called the ORAC score, it's the daily, it's the numerical equivalent number that the U.S. government has established in terms of the nutrition that the human body needs to have. And they look at all the fruits and vegetables that we're supposed to be eating, and they come up with a numerical equivalent, a score of 7,300. So if everyone was eating optimally, that's the type of nutrition we would get on a daily basis, and that would be represented by an ORAC score of 7,300. What Rain International's products provide, Sol, in this instance, gives you 8,990 per packet. So we get more than the daily recommended amount from just one packet of Sol. And the vast majority of people, to see the best benefits, they take 2 a day. 1 in the morning, 1 at night. They're getting over twice the nutrition that the body needs to maintain an optimal level of health. It's fantastic. It's amazing, and the science is backing that up for us. And there's been a tremendous number of tests that have been done by third-party laboratories, one in particular called Brunswick's Labs, where they've tested Sol at the cellular level, and they've been able to show that it does exactly what the science and what our people have been telling you that it does. They've tested it for in a cellular antioxidant assay, where they've tested it against other control products, and we're 3 times more effective in preventing oxidative damage at the cellular level. 2.5 times the average of all free radical reduction of all the products that these labs have tested. Ours is almost 3 times as effective. That's not a marketing phrase or a plug. That's frankly science. That's fact. That's directly from an independent lab who's tested us against the entire wide variety of other products within this industry. 2 other tests that were done at the cellular level showed that we do a fantastic job of inhibiting inflammation, which, as I explained, if you can inhibit inflammation and fight inflammation, you can fight pain, and we do that. We're 33% more effective immediately at the cellular level by taking Sol. And then the third test regards anti-aging. We talk about these elements of resveratrol that's in the product, primarily from the Chardonnay grape seeds, and we can help reactivate what's called the SIRT1 gene, which is the gene that's very active in helping bodies develop from birth through puberty until we hit adulthood. We hit the prime, the peak of our life, and that SIRT1 gene turns off, and our bodies begin the slow aging process as we get older. And what Sol does, it has a 62% ability to reactivate that SIRT1 gene, which, if you want to boil all the science down to one phrase, it can help our bodies maintain youth for longer. And so I think of my kids who take the product every day. They love it. They love the taste. And I think about what they're going to look like in 50 years if they're able to kind of slow down and maintain that healthy, youthful vigor that they have as young people. How are they going to look when they're 50 and 60 and 70, when they've had an entire lifetime experience of being on Sol? And it really, really makes me happy to know that I'm giving them a product that's going to help extend their life. And it's a product that you can all take advantage of and use from our company's catalog. So Sol is just a fantastic product. It has a companion product called Core that we've just recently launched again in September. It's been available now for a year in the company. We launched it last year in the United States and then this year in Europe. And really, this is a powerful greens product. It really helps keep us healthy, helps keep our bodies clean and running at an optimal level. And that translates into saved money for people. If you think about this, the healthier a person is, the less money they're going to have to spend on medical issues. And this works hand in hand with Soul in containing the nutrition of these high-quality greens in a dense amount of seeds, a blend of seeds that are all in this little 1-ounce packet, this little 30-milliliter packet. It's a bit smaller than Soul, but it packs a huge, dense, concentrated punch. And Core, Rain's core product, has already gained a very clinical reputation for improving healthy functions in our bodies, and it works so perfectly together with Soul. So it's got kale, aloe vera, wheatgrass, spirulina. These are all products that other companies have built an entire product line on each of these key ingredients, and we have them all in one powerful, dense, concentrated format. These things do so many good things. The nutrients that we get from these seeds are amazing. Chlorophyll and aloe vera, chlorella, dandelion seed, each of these have the ingredients to good health, and they have powerful functions on the body's organ. For instance, spirulina really helps promote brain function. Kale assists in absorbing fat and digesting fat. The dandelion helps benefit our skin. And the aloe vera that's in it really helps with vitamins and detoxification of our bodies. So each one of these things do so many things. And there's just this synergistic effect with Core. Scientists across the globe have studied, and they continue to find really healthy benefits from these key ingredients in our products. And Core is just amazingly beneficial. And like I mentioned that, so many companies have built products off of single individual ingredients that are found in Core, and we have them all in one place. So it's a really, really potent greens product. And we're very proud of the fact that it's a non-GMO product. That means it hasn't gone through all of those extensive processes that, that are engineered with bacteria or viruses. So it's gentler on the environment, and it goes to show, and it goes to say without saying, that it's much, much gentler and better for our bodies. So we just get these powerful, potent greens with Core. It's just an amazing product. And I talked earlier about that powerful antioxidant score, that ORAC score that we have with Soul. Well, Core is even more effective. It has an equivalent ORAC score of 21,700 versus the already high and industry-leading score from Soul of 8,900, 21,700 in Core. So that's 3 times the amount of nutrition from fruits and vegetables that our body needs. We're going to get that in Core in a very concentrated, powerful package. So Core is an amazing product, something that nobody else has. We're leading the industry with seed nutrition. No one else is doing what we're doing. And the bottom line is that thousands and thousands and thousands of people across the world are benefiting from this. And it just takes a little bit of research to go online, check out our website, check out YouTube, check out all these places where people are sharing their experiences. And again, in my 22 years in the industry as an adult, I've seen great products all across the industry. There's a lot of good companies out there with a lot of good products. But I have to be honest with you, I just simply haven't seen products that work as quickly and as effectively as Rain International's products do, and that's why I'm here. That's what's brought me to the company. That's why I'm so thrilled that at 43 years old I found this company that I really want to dedicate my life to and help turn into that billion-dollar company. And so I'm very, very pleased to be working with Rain International. So you got that dynamic duo, those products of Soul and Core that just work together powerfully, and we're so excited that now both of them are available here in Europe. And I appreciate everybody's patience. Core was so successful out of the gate with its launch last month that we almost ran out immediately, and we've been air shipping in pallets and pallets of products just to meet demand. And so it's my pleasure to let you guys know that at the end of this week we've got our first big full-time container shipment that's arriving. And so for those of you that have had to wait a few days to get the Core that you've ordered, those waiting days are over. We're now just flooding the European market with Core. So we've got it available now, and all of our orders are shipping, and everybody who wants to can take advantage of these phenomenal products in a wide variety of different starter packs for us. So it's important for a company that's going to be successful long-term in this industry to have not just a powerful product, which we've established that we have to have the corporate background and the skills and the personnel and the tools necessary to make that company successful. And I want to talk just a little bit about some of the resources that we have within our company that really sets us apart. And the first and foremost would be Mr. Belka himself. Good old friend of mine, Byron Belka, who was a legend in the industry, really was able to analyze this industry and be successful from a distributor perspective, and to then take the sum total of those experiences and that knowledge and put it to work on the corporate side is very unique. It's something that doesn't exist in a lot of companies, and we have that. So Byron's helped developed the focus and the vision and the planning for a very solid future for this company. And a compensation plan, a profit system that really is second to none. It's really, really impressive, and I'm going to share some details of that with you in a few moments. So Byron is, I think, our first and biggest weapon that we have as a corporate team. Another big tool that we have is a company whose leadership and owners are also owners and leaders within Rain International. So it's almost like an in-house system. It's a company called Orb6, and they have successfully launched the back office software, the backbone and spine of so many different successful companies that runs the online operations, that make sure that commissions are calculated, that logistics are taken care of. All of the background work that you don't have to worry about as a distributor is taken care of with a company called Orb6. That's also in-house, and so we have the ability to be we have the ability to adapt very quickly to changing needs and circumstances, and we're able to provide you guys some world-class online systems and support procedures that other companies have to pay a lot of money for, and also they can't be very responsive. If something goes wrong, the company has to call, get in line, talk to a third-party help desk agent, and then hopefully make those changes. With us, it's in-house. We can just poke our head down the hallway and talk to one of the owners of Orb6, is right there as one of the VPs of Rain International. So we can be very responsive with our Orb6 software. It goes without saying, we have a manufacturing facility that's amazing. We are one of the few companies in this industry that actually makes our own products. 97% of the companies, the hundreds if not thousands of companies in this industry that sell some type of health substance or health product, they don't make it. It's outsourced. They pay someone else to design it. They pay other third-party factories to actually create it. And so they have to outsource that Q&A, that quality control, and they're at the mercy of a third-party factory's schedule. It's interesting, but we've seen this time and time again within the industry. There have been companies that have started out and been very successful very quickly, and they fizzled out and haven't been able to take the next step to true independence and profitability because they haven't been able to keep up with their own product's demand, and that's because they don't control the production process. All of a sudden, their stocks sell out immediately. They immediately need new product. They call the facility, hey, you need to make us 22 more containers of product, and then that company that has a production schedule that sometimes is set months and months and months in advance, they can't accommodate. And so partners get frustrated because they can go sometimes weeks, if not months, without product, and that can be the death of a company. That's a problem we will never have because one of the largest and most advanced state-of-the-art production facilities in the western United States is owned by us. It's located in the mountains of Utah, where our global headquarters are. It's called Innovative FlexPack, and one of its owners is one of our primary owners. That gives us a tremendous amount of flexibility. Not only do we control our QA, our quality control process from start to finish, we control our own production schedule. If we need to triple output due to increased demand by next week, and we've seen those type of numbers in the last few months, we can do it. We can immediately get additional product made. So it's a great feeling, it's a great position to be in with a manufacturing facility that can be so responsive in getting product to our customers in a very quick, very timely manner. And then the next biggest tool that we have at our disposal is some very, very smart individuals who know what a good investment is. We have two minority investors, Paul Hickey and David Danes. These are both gentlemen that operate billion-dollar funds in managing other people's wealth. They know what a good investment is. And over the course, the decades of their careers, they've been pitched by a lot of different network marketing companies that have said, hey, come invest in us, we're a good investment. And they've turned down every single one because they haven't seen it as an inherently stable market, because so many companies, whether they have good intentions or not, they come and they go. But they became familiar with Byron, got to know Byron, took a look at what Rain International had to offer. They looked at Byron's business plan. They were so impressed by what they saw and so impressed by the vision that this company has that this is the first time that they've actually invested their own money in a network marketing company. And what that does is mean that behind the scenes, we have some very smart individuals who know how to help us be that billion-dollar company that we're going to grow into being. So we have some great, smart, intense individuals behind the scenes that are helping us And what this means is after 4 short years in business, we're a company that's already for years now been debt-free. We make our own product. We have a unique product that no one else has. We have a philosophy in seed-based nutrition that no one else has or is focusing on. And that all combines to present to you a tremendous, unique opportunity in an industry that's going to set the world on fire and has been for years now. So this is a great opportunity. We absolutely love who we are and where we're headed here at Rain International. What really, really also attracted me to Rain was its powerful profit system. It's got a compensation plan that really sets itself apart from everything else I've seen in the industry. And again, in 22 years, I've seen them all. I've seen the unilevels and the step breakaways and the different types of binaries. I've seen everything. And what Byron has developed is something that takes the best out of a lot of different plans, eliminates the negatives, and has really created a system that rewards partners for their hard work. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because, again, this is just designed to be a 45-minute introduction to our company's philosophy and plan, but I just want to briefly tell you what each of these 7 different ways are for you to get paid with this opportunity. The first is what's called a preferred customer program. What can really help a company set itself apart as a long-term successful company is how well people, A, respond to its products, and B, the percentage of their users who are just customers. That provides a tremendous amount of stability when you have a lot of customers of the product. People that, for whatever reason, haven't yet caught the vision of building a business and attaining financial freedom, but they love the product. We have that with Rain International. In the United States, over 55% of our sales go to people who just enjoy the product. So we've designed one method that rewards you for just having customers. And what we love is seeing customers turn into business builders. Because first, they fall in love with the product, they see how well it works in their lives, then later they realize that, hey, I can actually make some money and build some wealth with this as well. So our preferred customer plan is this. Every time you sell a box to a customer, we pay you a $20 bonus, and we put 10 volume qualification points into your pool. Then those points also turn into money later as well. So think about this. Every time a customer purchases a box from Rain who's affiliated with you, you don't have to manage logistics of it. You don't have to carry stock. You don't have to issue invoices. We take care of all that. But every time someone orders a box of product, we put $20 in your account on the following commissions pay period, which is weekly, every Friday. So $20 a box. We have clinicians and doctors and folks who have actually built their entire business model on this. One of only 7 ways to get paid. $20 a box. They sell 1,000 boxes a week. Do the math. That turns into a lot of money very, very quickly. So that's our preferred customer plan. It really sets us apart. The next 2 ways to get paid are called the first order bonuses, and we have a very competitive bonus structure. We have different levels of kits that people can sign up into the system with. We have small kits for those that are just kind of dipping their toe in the water, all the way up to our largest kits that give you 19 boxes of product, 9 core, and 10 soul. And we have a first order bonus component of that that's 40%. So you can earn upwards of $120 to $150 on our largest kit. That's a bonus that you can earn every time someone purchases a kit. That's called our first order bonus. For those partners who sign up with our largest kit, it's called our Gold Start Pack, we actually then bump your first order bonus from 40% to 50% for life. For as long as you're with the company, you're going to earn a 50% first order bonus. And that's basically going to be a percentage of the purchase price in volume points of the kit that's purchased. Whether it's a small kit or a large kit, you'll get 50%. And everybody gets 40%. If you come in with the biggest kit, you're going to get 50%. We also have what's called the first order bonus match. That's as you duplicate and you start to build your business, and the people that you brought into your organization or team, when they sign up people as well, now they're going to get a first order bonus, but you're also going to get a match on those people that sign up with your people. So a $1 kit will generate you a $5 bonus. That represents 10%. And then the $4 will get you 10, and the $10 will get you 30. So this is just another way on that next level down to earn bonuses as well. So we have the first order bonus and the first order bonus match. Then we have kind of the centerpiece of our plan, the team commissions. We're a binary system, or a team-based system, where you build basically 2 teams, a team on your left and a team on your right. And in order to be qualified to earn team commissions, you just have to have 1 person on your left team, 1 person on your right team, and then you have to just simply meet your auto-ship purchase qualification by buying 1 box of product a month, which is worth 50 points. And the way we pay out team commissions is we're going to add up all the volume that's generated in each of your teams, 1 on the left, 1 on the right, from you all the way to the newest person who signed up. In each of those teams, consists of not just the people that you've brought in, but all the people that they've brought in and all the people underneath you that have been placed there by your sponsors and the people above you. So these legs can grow very, very quickly. These teams can grow quickly. And basically what we're going to do is give you 10% of the smaller of the two teams. And we pay you up to $10,000 per position that you have. And you can have a minimum of 1 position and a maximum of 3 positions. You get 3 positions by signing up in our company with one of the larger kits. I know it's a lot of information to take in, but the takeaway point is this. We're going to give you 10% of the smaller of those 2 teams. And the leftover teams on your bigger side, guess what? Those points continue to roll forward. You don't lose them. So you have points that continue to accrue because you, as everybody knows in this industry, someone way many generations or levels beneath you may join the company and do a bang-up job, open up a new market, build a lot of teams, and all of a sudden your smaller team can become your bigger team. Because you've had all those points accruing forward on the other team, on the larger team, you can now get paid out on those as well. Other companies that have tried to do something similar, they just zero out their points every week, and you don't have points that accrue. We don't do that. The points that you aren't paid out on roll forward, and they're waiting for you to get paid out on there. So you have a maximum of $10,000 a week per position. You can have 3 positions, which means you can earn up to $30,000 a week on this, only one of the 7 ways to get paid. A lot of people would be very happy with $10,000 a week, and even if it ended right there, most folks would love that, be happy with that. Well, that's not how we operate. True wealth is developed in the next of our ways to get paid, and that's called our Generation Match Bonus. What we do is, as we're looking at your 2 teams, the left and on the right, we're now going to look at your team volume in a little bit of a different way. We're going to pull out of there the people that you personally sponsored yourself. And you're placing these people on your left and on your right. They're scattered throughout the big organization. We're now going to pull those out and look at them and their individual group volumes. And when you qualify to earn what's called the Generation Match Bonus, this is where true wealth is generated. What the company offers, and it's unique in the industry, we give you a guaranteed 50% payout of volume. Other companies promise to pay out 50, 60, even 70%. They never actually pay that out. It's kind of the industry's little dirty secret. The only way for them to actually do that is if every single partner, every single week, hits every qualification, nobody quits, nobody's late buying their auto ship, no one ever leaves, and we know that's not realistic. And so every time a bonus or a qualification is missed in another company, the money that would have been paid out goes back into the company's pocket. So even though they promise 40, 50, maybe 60%, the industry average payout is only 28. We pay out a minimum of 50%. It's another genius idea that Byron's developed and built into this system. Every week, you go back to the team commissions, we add up all the team commissions that have been paid out, and we look at that as a percentage of all company volume. And it's usually anywhere from 32 to 42, 45%. We say that we pay out a maximum of 50. This is where the Generation Match Bonus comes in. We're going to take whatever money is necessary to get us to 50%, and we add that percentage into this Generation Match Bonus. And here's how it works. We're going to look, if you look at the screen here, you see these darker individuals here. Those represent the people you personally sponsored, and we look at each of their teams. And in this instance, let's say that our team commission payout overall in the company was 40%. That means to get to 50%, we have to pay out 10% in our Generation Match Bonus. So we're going to look at every single check that's generated in each of, in this instance, 4 people. If you have 20 personally sponsored people, we're going to look at all 20. We're going to look at all the checks that have been generated within that organization, and you're going to get a matching bonus. So in this situation, this example, it's going to be 10%. So if one of your personally sponsored people had a check of $2,400, you're going to get $240. Someone else had a check of $60, you're going to get $6. Someone made $420, you're going to get $42. And that adds up very quickly. And there's no cap on this bonus. This is going to pay out whatever it's going to pay out. And the reason we can do that is because we cap the team commissions at $10,000 a week. So it's genius. And it's designed to put the most money in your pockets than of any other company or plan that I've ever seen. And we pay not levels deep, we pay generations deep. I want this point to sink in for a second. Other companies promise to pay 7, 10, 12 levels deep. That's 12 people deep. A lot of you guys know, especially if you've been in the industry a while, that a lot of the volume that's generated happens far below you, maybe with people that you're not even aware of. We pay generations deep. One generation is leader to leader. So when you qualify for this bonus, your first generation can be hundreds of levels deep. It's going to be everybody between you and the next bronze level executive or higher in your organization. Everybody between you and that person equals one generation. And we pay 7 generations deep. As you grow within the company and attain the next level, we open up another generation, all the way to 7 generations, which can be thousands of levels deep. And think about that. You're going to be earning a matching portion of every single check on every single generation through 7 in your organization. I want to give you a quick example. Our top partner in the world is a gal by the name of Susie Kwok, powerful motivator, lovely, lovely woman who works primarily in Asia and on the west coast of the United States. She lives in Hong Kong and also in San Francisco. So she operates in those 2 general areas. And she's built, in a little less than 3 years, she's built the largest organization within the company. Well over 70,000 people in her groups, in her downlines. And guess what? She's only 5 generations deep. So between her and the brand newest partner who signed up today, you know, thousands of levels underneath her, there's only 5 generations. And she's earning matching bonus checks on everybody in those organizations. That is tremendous. That is where true wealth is generated. So guys, take that away tonight. If you take away anything, take away this. True wealth can be generated within our company in a way that no other company can match or offer. We guarantee that. So that's called our generation match bonus. So between our team commissions and our generation match bonus, we pay out a full 50% in commissions to our partners. The first order bonuses, that's all separate. That's all above that. Team commissions, that's above, or excuse me, the preferred customer bonus, that's all separate. And then we have 2 other bonuses. We have what's called our executive bonus. And again, this is above the 50%, so this is above and beyond that. We want to reward our initial front level leadership folks. So people, when they hit the level of bronze, silver, and gold, we're going to reward them. And what we do is we take 1.5% total company volume, we split it into shares based on the number of managers, or excuse me, executive levels who have qualified, and then we pay them a share in that pool. So a bronze executive is going to get 1 share. It's a brand new executive. The silver executive gets 2. The gold executive gets 3. And as they qualify for this, they're going to get those shares. And those shares can range anywhere from, you know, $5 to $10 a share all the way up to $20 a share, depending on the size of the pool and the number of qualifiers. So it's another way to put additional money every week into our newest leaders. As they progress past that level and enter the elite ranks, we upgrade that into what's called a lifestyle bonus. And this is a set amount, a weekly bonus that's paid out as people qualify for their elite levels, starting at $100 a week for a platinum elite partner, all the way up for a top rank, the triple black ring diamond. They're going to get $1,000 a week over and above all the other bonuses. And this is a way for them to purchase a luxury vehicle or buy a boat or pay their kids' tuition, whatever they want to spend their money on to promote their lifestyle. This is where it happens. So we have a very powerful lifestyle bonus as well. So again, guys, we've got a lot of examples on our websites, little video clips that explain in detail each of these parts. I highly recommend that you talk to your sponsor or you go to the website and you can learn more about these in detail. Or you can come out and see us at one of our training events. But tonight, again, as part of just an opportunity presentation, I just wanted to kind of give you a taste or give you the highlights of what our plan is and what it does. We also have another very unique philosophy. It's called Building a Rain Partner Team. And we can show you a way to get your product each month for free. In addition to the great bonuses that you can earn, your product can be free. And we call this, by building a Rain Partner Team, 2 who get 2. If you bring 2 people into the business and then help them bring 2 people into the business, that little mini organization there is called the Rain Partner Team. And if each of those people in that team meet their monthly minimum auto-ship qualification of 1 box of product, the next month your box will be free, along with the points associated with that box. All you have to pay for is the shipping and the VAT on the box. So it's called our RPT and free. Build a Rain Partner Team, get your product for free. And you can build up to 4 teams and get a free box for each. So up to 4 boxes and 200 points a month for free. So we've described a way for you to not just get back your entire investment very quickly, but your ongoing product can be free as well. So once people are making money and their product is free, who would ever want to leave a situation like that? So really, it's a fantastic plan. It's bulletproof. It really is phenomenal. And I highly exhort all of you guys to go online and check it out for yourselves and go check out our videos. You'll love it. In closing, I do want to let you guys know that we also take care of our partners. We go on a tremendous number of incentive prizes and trips. We really like to reward work, and that's, again, what sets our industry apart. You can work 40 years for a traditional company at a traditional job, and when you've done something nice, what are you going to get? Maybe a pat on the back, maybe a few extra dollars and a Christmas bonus, maybe a gold watch after a lifetime of service. We are far better equipped to reward hard work. We start at a very early stage of your career to reward you for that. We've taken people already in our 4 short years as a company. We've been to Hawaii. We've been on ski trips to Bled, Slovenia. We've taken people to Barcelona. We're actually going back there at our next trip in January or February. Been to Hawaii, been to the Cayman Islands, been to the Caribbean, taken partners to Hollywood, California, beautiful parts of Asia. We like to take you on all expense paid trips, and you're going to realize that as you start to qualify at different rank levels. We reward you. I look forward to spending money on you and a partner. Other companies have similar kind of reward trips, but I don't think anybody does it as well as we do. A lot of companies will be like, oh, you qualified for this trip, and you know, congratulations, you get to go to Hawaii, and we've paid for your hotel. Now, if you want to go, you do have to pay for your own airplane ticket. Oh, you want to take your spouse? You got to pay for all of their costs as well. Bring some money for food, and pretty soon that reward trip doesn't seem like much of a reward because you're paying for most of the costs. We do it right. When we take you on one of these places, on one of these trips, typically it's all expenses paid. We pay for your airfare, we pay for your hotel, we pay for a number of your meals, and it's all for you and a partner. So we really want you to get away and enjoy and experience the success that being successful in this industry can do. So we do that for you. We're very, very happy. In our next trip coming up, we're taking our top 30 qualifiers of a specific builders promotion that we're running until the end of the year. We're taking 30 of them and their partners, so 60 total people. We're taking them to Barcelona in February. You can check out our website for the details on that. This is a great promotion. It's designed to be very fair. It's a builders promotion, which means someone who just starts tomorrow and builds really fast has just the same opportunity to win and go as someone who's been in the industry or in the business for 4 years already. So it's designed to reward hard work. So we look forward to seeing those of you in Barcelona. And if tonight you really didn't get the full picture of what we have to offer, well, guess what? We're having a road show coming up in about a month in November. I'm going to be hitting the road with 2 very important key individuals in our company. One is Jay Noland. He's our Global Vice President of Training, powerful motivator. He knows how to build big teams. He knows how to motivate. He has the keys and the tools to help you take your businesses to not just the first steps, but the next level. So Jay is going to be hitting the road along with one of our doctors. We think it's going to be Dr. from the U.S. He's going to come out and do some product training on this great new product core. And the 2 of them and myself are going to be on the road. We're going to hit 6 of our biggest centers of activity in 9 days. So 6 cities in 9 days, starting on the 14th of November. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., we're going to have what's called a rain day. It's going to be that health and wealth training with our doctor and with Jay Noland. It's going to be in Vienna. Then on the 15th, that's a Sunday, we're going to move on to Zagreb, Croatia. Then we're going to have 2 evening meetings, one on Tuesday night, the 17th of November in Budapest, and then on the 19th of November in Amsterdam. And the following weekend, we're going to wrap up with 2 more all-day trainings. One will be the first ever rain day in Germany, a brand new market of ours that's really exploded. That's going to be in Munich on the 21st, Saturday the 21st. And then on the 22nd, the next day, we're going to repeat the same thing in London. Again, another one of our newer markets. And so we're excited to bring Jay out from the global corporate headquarters in the United States. We're going to hit the road and train you guys. And you can come out and get a tremendous amount of powerful, exciting training on how to build your business and generate wealth and how to utilize these fantastic, healthy products from this core concept of seed nutrition that no one else has. So guys, in closing tonight, I want to let you know there's 3 ways that you can get started. If you want to start small and just dip your toe in the water, try one of our smaller kits, or just buy a box of product, or become a customer and try the product and experience it for yourself. There literally is no risk because we have a money-back guarantee. And in the 4 years that I've been involved with Rain, I have very rarely had to give someone's money back because the vast majority of people who take the product, they respond to it, they love it. You probably will not be any different from that, but you have that peace of mind. We do have a money-back guarantee. If you want to be a small builder, you want to build that small little store, would be the equivalent in the retail world, that's fine. Try one of our smaller business builder kits. But instead of having to spend $25,000 or more to open up a small franchise, you can do it for just 100 to a few hundred euros. Or if you want to go big with our big business builder kit, which gets you a much bigger 50% first order bonus for life, gets you all the product you need to start strong. I recommend you come in at our Gold Executive Starter Pack. It's 10 boxes of Soul, 9 boxes of Core. In euros, it's about 1,350 euros with shipping, VAT, everything included. That starts your business strong. Nowhere else for that low of an entrance cost can you start to build a valid, legitimate business. Again, I harken back to the example of my brother-in-law who's been able to build a fairly successful business now after 3 years of blood, sweat, and tears, but it's cost him in investments, and I know because I've helped him, I've invested. It's cost him, you know, well over $100,000. You can make more profit in less time than he has with an investment of only a fraction of that. Guys, there really is no better industry to help build wealth. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. This again is our Fast Track Pack, the Gold Kit. I highly recommend you look at this online, but we do have a variety of different size packs for people at whatever level they want to come in at. So guys, I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. Catch us again next Thursday as either myself or any one of our other sales directors. We have Blake Milan, who's our European sales director who works out of the U.S. office. He hops on and does some great webinars as well. We have some other individuals as well that look forward to helping bring this opportunity to you guys. So thanks for tuning in tonight, and please catch us on the road. Check out our global calendar at our website. We're always going places and doing things. For instance, the day after tomorrow, I'm going to be in Paris, France for our first ever opportunity meeting in Paris. The market's not open yet. It's not going to open until 2016, but we have enough interest there that I'm going to go out and start to let people know about what's coming. So we're going to be in Paris. We're going to be in London the weekend after that. We're going to have this road show with Jay and Dr. Wright in November, where we're going to hit the 6 cities there. There's always activity going on here in Europe because, again, we're going from record-setting sales month to record-setting sales month. Now is the time for you guys to get on board this RAIN train because it is literally leaving the station. You can always catch us at a later stop, but it's always better for you if you get on as early as you can because, honestly, there's no better intersection of opportunity and timing than right now. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Join us. Check out our website. I'm Aaron Palmer, the General Manager for Europe, and it's been my pleasure to be with you tonight. Thanks, everybody. Let's go make it rain. Take care.